Hey yo, how you doing? It's oh my voice. How you doing? It's another beautiful day today in Dublin Island, and obviously yesterday everybody was angry. People were angry. People were crying. People were disappointed. Some people went the positive route. They said it doesn't matter if you lose. It doesn't matter if you lose the second FA Cup final in a row, which we lost last season to a very shit Man United team, and now we lost to I wouldn't say average, but an okay Crystal Palace team yesterday. It's okay. We move on. We just have to look forward to next season. Look forward to things being better. But yeah, today everybody's calm. Everybody's relaxed. Big up to everybody who was with us on the watch along yesterday. We have two more games left. That's on Tuesday, I think. So somebody texted me on Tuesday, and the other one the weekend after. So two games left. So that's what we are hoping, that those two games will be able to win. But today is a day where we don't want to hear people telling us the same thing. Today, I don't want to repeat what I said yesterday. Yesterday, we talked about the team. We talked about how things have been so bad, so poor this season. We talked about the fact we bought players in January and the players were not used, but we're not going to do that. I don't want to focus on that. Nor do I want to focus on, oh, Pep Guardiola has to leave. Pep Guardiola this. No. All we're going to focus on today is the end of an era. Everything that has a beginning has an end. That's the title, as my good friend Carl said yesterday. So before I bring on the panel to the front, I'm just going to say a few things. When you're a football fan, sometimes emotions take over you, and I think yesterday we saw a lot of emotion from people. The thing about it is, I have noticed is there's two types of in the fan base. There's different types of people. There's people who want to gatekeep emotions. They want other people not to be able to express themselves, and then there's people who like calling other people plastic, just because they have a different opinion. Then there's other people who like calling other people dinosaurs just because they supported the team long time ago and they have their own thoughts. The issue with all these sides is everybody has the right to support the team how they want. Everybody has the right to say whatever they want. When I started this channel, I tell people, I say it's where opinions matter. Anybody's opinion is appreciated. Just sometimes we ask people to be respectful and not go to the extreme. So all I'm telling people is during difficult times like this, ask other teams that have gone through difficulties. Ask Chelsea. Ask apart from asking Chelsea, ask Liverpool fans. There is always a divide. That's when the top red thing started, where they were attacking other people who are international fan bases. But it is what it is. The funny thing is, at least the truth is out, because a lot of people used to tell me that it will never happen in the City fan base. We will never argue, but the arguments are here. But it's human nature. It's everywhere in football. When things are not going well, there will be the negative side, there'll be the positive side, there'll be people down the middle, there'll be the people who are just a bit over the top. You just respect everybody's opinion. It is what it is. Now let me bring on the panel. And then we can get on with it. But guys, like and subscribe. At this moment in time, before I bring out the panels, pick up to everybody, as I said, who came to watch the watch along yesterday. But what I can say is yesterday, we had we had a lot of people watching with us. Today we're on 3,997 subscribers, 3 away from 4K. When we get to 4K, we're going to do the giveaway. You can only qualify for the giveaway if you're going to be live with us during the giveaway day and if you're a subscriber. So on the giveaway day, we might give a city jersey. You never know. We might give a gift card. Might give something interesting. Something to say thank you to the fans, to the guys who've been part of the True City Fan channel. But anyway, guys, we're on 3,997 subscribers. We jumped all the way from 3,960 to straight to 997, which is incredible. Thank you very much for the support. We can get to 4K today. We just need 4 people to subscribe. I see some of you guys on Twitter never subscribing, but today is your day to subscribe and become part of the family. Anyway, let's get all the people in from the panel so we can all start and discuss what today's thing. So I'm welcoming Prophet and Hong at the moment. Prophet and Hong, how are you guys? You were not here on our match reaction. You were not here during our live. I know that Hong was at Wembley. But Hong, I'll start with you. How is your day today on this Sunday day? It's very sunny today here. You're on mute, Hong.
So for having me on. Like I said, yeah, it's great. Of course, it was yesterday. I was at the game. It was very sunny, of course, very hot. I was sitting very close to the bench as well, so it was a great day out. But of course, disappointed with the result. I'm disappointed for Kevin De Bruyne. They weren't able to end his final game at Wembley on a high, sadly. But it's just felt like just felt yesterday for me personally. I felt a lack of desire and hunger from the team yesterday, in my opinion, from where I was sitting. I see Pep was being so animated from the bench because I was sitting very close to him as well, and it's just like it's just not the morale is very low at the moment from what I've been seeing. The body language is not great, and I just felt like I feel like these players have just checked out for me.
So you feel like because you know what, that's what we're going to discuss here today. Because I said everything that has a beginning has an end, and I know some people will go straight thinking, Hong, that he's saying this is the end of Pep's era. No, 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 no. It's just that things have an end. It's a cycle, isn't it? In football, there's a cycle, and you're right. Some of the players look like they can't do like. Let's be honest. Prime KDB, Prime Silva, Prime Gundogan, Prime uh, those, let me just say those three players for now, right? Let's just stick to those three players. They're gonna find a way to score in that game. They'll find a way to break down that Crystal Palace team. And you know what's funny? That Crystal Palace team did not pack the bus as good as Southampton. Am I wrong to say? I think Southampton packed the bus. Crystal Palace, those gaps, there was a few gaps in there. You can go out, but it was sideways passing. And you know what, Hong? Um, Something I saw yesterday, I also saw when Mamouche came here. Did you notice that when Mamouche came to City in his first game, he was going into pockets, Hung, and pointing, saying, "Pass me the ball so I have found a gap." You know what I mean? So I can attack. You notice they don't pass. The other players don't pass. They just send it the other way. Yesterday, when Echeverry came on, he looked full of energy. He was pressing, and Echeverry Hong was getting into pockets and saying, "Give me the ball." And there was moments to give him the ball. They were sending it to the wing. They were sending it to the left. They were sending it to the right. So, Hong, when you watch that, do you think the odd players are just so stuck in their odd ways? Because when these new guys come in, they seem to be finding pockets. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from.
Mm.
They seem to be finding gaps and saying, "Give me
Yeah.
the ball. Hook the ball over the top."
Mm,
Mamush points that. Even Echeverry was pointing and nobody was passing it. They were only passing to Echeverry when he's in a
mm,
safe space. It seems
mm.
like our old players are so programmed to be safe and they know that I don't have the legs anymore. I don't want to be the one taking a risk. So there's no risk takers anymore. Am I wrong to say that?
No, you're not wrong, Patrick, because well, first of all, I need to say this. Like, I was shocked that Pep was actually going to bring on Echeverry in a game like this. Not like what I did say, because because I want to say is I was at the game. I was sitting close to the bench. I saw Pep sending Echeverry to warm up. Okay, interesting. Let's see how it develops. And then he called him up. He called him over, told him to get his kit on, get ready to come on. And I was like, when he came on, I thought, okay, let's just see what this guy can do. And he did not look scared. He looked fearless. He looked hungry. He was playing with something to prove. He was basically proving not only to the players, to the fans, saying that, yeah, I deserve to be here. And I saw him, Echeverri, look into the pockets, and Bernardo was taking so long with the ball. He had basically Palace got time to make sure they got back into their shape. And I was like to myself, like, yeah, I think it is time for these players to be moved out. And it's just so frustrating. Like I think, and I remember everybody was predicting lineups going into today's game. I just said to these people, listen, I don't care what lineups you predict. I really don't care who you think you'll start. Pep will always find a way to start Bernardo Silva no matter what. I don't care if you leave Bernardo out of your predicted lineups. He will find a way to start him, and that's exactly what he did. How he survived 85 minutes is absolutely beyond me. And it gets to a point. And look, I mean, if you want to put this way, from where I was sitting, I was actually looking up. at the hierarchy in the director's box. I saw Khaldun, I saw Viana, I saw Tiki, I saw Furion Sirani. Their body language, they were not happy. They
They
looked
were
so,
disappointed. There's a picture.
yeah.
I'll send you the picture. They were
No, I was,
the chairman and the board were pissed off.
yeah, I
They're not
mean, no,
happy.
I mean, look, I was there, Patrick. So I know. I saw them. I saw it in front of my face. I saw Khaldun looking so despondent. Tiki wasn't happy. Viana, who was sat behind Khaldun, not happy at all. Like, is this like? It's like basically, it's like I like Viana. You don't need to tell Hugo Viana the job he has to do this summer to get this right. You don't need to tell him. He knows from probably when he when he got the job in the first place. He knows he has to fix the issue. I mean, I think the thing is like this, like there has to be no emotion. Also, this like I saw in a video, Khaldun showing emotion as a human being to John Stones, gave him a hug because John Stones looked emotional. This was actually after the match, in the press room, and I think it means John Stones is likely to go, in my opinion, from what I've saw in that video. I mean, this was before Khaldun. Khaldun went straight after the after the Palace players collected their winners' medal trophy. Khaldun went straight into the dressing room. He definitely told them how he felt about today's game. I mean, listen, I wasn't there at the dressing room, obviously myself, but I know for a fact he must have let everything out of his body, telling him how he feel. You have to think about his schedule. Patrick, you need to think about his schedule this past week alone. You picture this schedule, Patrick. This week, he flew from Abu Dhabi to Manchester to meet with Wirtz and his family to speak about the Manchester City project. Then he had to fly back to Abu Dhabi to meet up with Donald Trump to do business with him and sign a deal with him. Then he had to fly from Abu Dhabi straight to London for the FA Cup final. You could tell the guy's you could tell Khaldun is absolutely exhausted. But guess what? The one thing Khaldun you can never ever question, he gives a flying F about this club and what's going on today. You could tell how you could count on one hand how many hours of sleep he got just for this week alone, Patrick.
No, you're right, and
Yeah.
I know he went to the dressing room, and I think how Jordan is always full of motivation. I'm pretty sure he went and told them their goodbyes in a way, in a I think. Look, this is before we go to profit. Let me read this. It says Patrick, how do you expect KDB to function as the DM yesterday? He was our best creative outlet, completely wasted in the role. He created our best chances. That's another thing that I haven't liked Pep with. Yes, he's played KDB, but he hasn't played KDB in a role that KDB can do something. He's played him as a first nine. He's played him as a DM yesterday. I was actually surprised he was the holding midfielder. He doesn't. Bernardo was actually roaming around. It was KDB most of the times carrying the ball. So it's been mad. But I'm just saying, I think it's reached a point where everything that has a beginning has an end. I'm saying it's time to start saying goodbye to John Stones. I know people will be like, wow, John Stones. Yes, I'm sorry. It's time to start saying goodbye to KDB. And I wish KDB the best, even if he goes to a Premier League team. I am okay with that. We didn't give him a contract. He says his kids are so used to England. He feels like England is his home. Let him go and do something. Let's not be the Liverpool fans who threaten or boo Trent because he's going to Madrid. If Bernardo Silva leaves, let Bernardo Silva leave. Let Gundogan leave. I think the guy on TV, I was watching Irish TV last week. He said, my God, I think they just have to say goodbye to everybody from the treble. Not everybody, but if a majority of them. He says, I think the whole midfield has to go. And then somebody was like, no, you're crazy. You can't get rid of the whole midfield because they need. He's like, no, trust me. They have to get rid of that whole midfield that on them the treble, except Rodri. He says all of them who have been there before Rodri are done. He says Gundogan is done, KDB is done, Silva is done. The issue is what I saw, Hong, is yesterday, even throughout all the games, if you watch properly, guys, when the new guys, Omar Mamouche, when the new guys like Omar Mamouche and Savio take the set pieces look incredible. The delivery is incredible. When they take the free kicks, it looks nice. Look at KDB's free kicks. It's only recently he had that free kick that hit the post and it scored. When was the last time he had a good free kick? When was the last time KDB had a good cross? But look, he's a senior, he's a captain, they give it to him. All I'm saying is, I think some of these seniors have to leave so that the new generation has to be free. Now, if you talk about I saw a few things. Let me just read a few comments and then we can go to Prophet because Prophet in the back says an end of an era for both players and Pep. I don't know. We'll see. Says bigger Patrick, small club mentality. If you don't argue, yeah, that's the thing. We have to be diverse in the fan base. Not everybody. I'm sorry. It's even Ferguson, Wenger. There was Ferguson out, Ferguson in. It happens in fan bases. You just have to accept it. Diverse opinions come with being a big club. It's a sign of growth, and it's here to stay. That's true. We're growing, guys, as a fan base. It's growth, and we're growing. And at the end of the day, if people don't accept that you're growing, it's your own fault. Because even I remember when people were talking about tourists, I got where you're coming from with the tourist thing, but you will have tourists. And unfortunately, when you're a big club, you will have a
It's
tourist.
normal. It's normal, Patrick.
Bigger Patrick. I'm so disappointed and angry. I'm angry at Pep. I'm angry at the club. Pep's decision cost this season. The thing about Pep Guardiola, where he's gonna hold smoke before I go to Prophet, is the fact that the rebuild, he stopped it. That's where I think people are pissed off because he stopped the rebuild. And then this season, he's so stubborn at the beginning that he still doesn't want to play the people who came in January. And from there, you can see, oh, that's why he stopped the rebuild. He doesn't want new people here. So maybe that's why people have to be ruthless at the club. And you can't blame Pep because even the people at the club have to be truthful to themselves. Like, I don't know how. Before I go to Prophet, I'll go to Hong. Hong, somebody said sometimes, right? Yes, Pep Guardiola is a big figure, but the figures at the club, they had to push a few things in summer. They didn't have to just say, oh, yeah. But somebody also said that there's another side. He won us a treble, so it was very difficult for the guys and the hierarchy to force him because they're like, how can we force a treble manager? I think both messed up. I don't think it's only Pep. I think even the board should have said, look, I get it, but let's just get these players, even if we send them on loan, or let's get these players, we leave them at their clubs and bring them in. What do you think before we go to Prophet?
I think for me, it's like I said. I think I saw this on a podcast with Stephen and Asan from 9320. They were saying, I think what they said was correct. They said that what the mistake they was after the Champions League win 2 years ago, they should have said to those senior players, "Thank you so much for the treble. You've done it in great contribution. Time for you to go. Time for you to ti time for you to." And I just felt like the thing is like yesterday, Patrick. I think I spoke to you this already. I did not go into this game with confidence. I went into this game with fear, concern, and worry about it, especially for the fact that Patrick, that Crystal Palace not going to be an easy game, and I just felt like, yeah, and I saw the lineup. I thought, okay, no defensive midfielder, just like in the 2021 Champions League final. I was just thinking, okay, let's see how this goes. Let's just hope it works out very well. And sadly, it did not go out very, very well. And the thing is, I just didn't agree with the decisions. I felt like I'm. I like to think, in my opinion, that he's not ready to hand Nico Gonzalez the keys to the defensive midfield role as of yet right now, as he only just came in my opinion. And I feel like for him is like he's still growing to the role, which I get which I get with the fact. And honestly, like, okay, I mean, look, Patrick, I know you're gonna hate me for this with about the statistics as well. Do you know out
No, please don't do this.
I have to. I
You're
have to
about
do
to.
it.
Okay, go ahead.
I have to do it. I have to do it. Akanji started 19 games, only 6 wins out of 19.
Kevin, do you remember Kiosta has been telling you this Akanji guy has been stinking?
Yeah. And Kelster's right. I actually agree with her. I did not. I agreed word for word what Kelster said about Akanji. 19 starts, only 6 wins.
Okay, so Prophet, are you here with us? Prophet, you've been so quiet, Prophet.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm here.
How
Is
you
it
doing,
even?
my brother? It's afternoon here, man.
I'm. It's afternoon. Okay, it's morning where I am. I'm doing well. I'm not surprised. I've been telling you guys all season. Whatever we're seeing now, there are no surprises. It's not even a question if it's an end of an era. We see it with our eyes. We don't need to be asking any questions, and that's the problem with the fan base. We're seeing things with our own eyes, and we're trying to rationalize We're trying to find excuses. The treble winning members, they are finished. There are no ifs, no buts, no maybes. They are finished. Gundogan, KDB, the whole lot, Walker, all of them. It is plain. And this season, it has been laid out bare for everybody to see. We don't need to keep anyone for any experience. Experience to do what? What did the experience do at the Bernabeu? Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. Nothing. It was just an embarrassment. A total embarrassment until younger legs came on the pitch and it looked a bit better. So the era has ended, and maybe it's the end of the Pep era too. But guess what? Time will definitely tell what is happening. The new players are in, and maybe that's why Viana looked like that in the press box or whatever box they were in. I bought 4 players full of energy, full of verve, and guess what? When they played, they actually improved the team. Wow, look at that. And guess what? As soon as things are going well, we're playing with tempo, because the last game I remembered all of them, or most of them starting. Sorry, would have been the Spurs game away. We had Doku, Savio, Marmoush, Haaland, Foden, Nico Gonzalez, and Kovacic. There was no Bernardo Silva. There was no Gundogan. The team was purring. We were playing at the right tempo. We sped it up when we needed to speed it up. The passes were direct when it was needed. Marmoush and Haaland were calling for the ball. They were getting it. We created many chances. Marky, we only scored 1, but plenty of chances were created. We saw a big improvement, and we were saying, yes, finally Pep has woken up. No Gunda, no Bernardo. And guess what? The minute Kovacic came on and he placed Bernardo on the field, pure problems in midfield again. Bernardo even gave away a ball where Spurs should have scored from it when the cross came over, and I think it was Sarr who headed over the bar, because he was way off the pace from the rest of the team. So we have seen the difference. We have seen the energy. We have seen the bravery from the young players. It's those players now who are so scared, right? They don't have any fight left. And we're not asking it. At this point of the season, we're not asking any questions. We're making statements. Akanji, what did he do different from what he has been doing this season and parts of last season? He's not aware of anything. Somebody stole him, boom, scored a goal. We have seen that all season. Bozo moments. We curse Nunes. Yes? Nunes wouldn't let that happen. First, Nunes has speed. No, maybe you can skin Nunes with skill, but you're not going to just pop up like that and get a free shot at a goal with Nunes, how he's playing at right back. He does have his faults, but we know that that is not going to happen. And we have seen that for many again. Now, can Pep find a solution? Yes, he can, because he has done it this season. He has found solutions this season, but as soon as it is going well, he stops and goes back to those older players, as if he's trying to prove a point that, yes, they can still do it. And the answer has, reality has shown us the answer. The answer is no. They cannot do it. He plays Jack Grealish in midfield versus Forest. Total different game. Jack Grealish had legs, able to control the pitch. And guess what? It wasn't even a magical performance from Grealish. It was at best 6 out of 10 or 6.5. But guess what? That 6.5 was superior to anything we have seen all season from Gundogan and his son, Bernardo Silva. We are thinking now, perfect. So it's going to be Jack Grealish if he is fit in the next game versus Juventus in the midfield to give us a bit of steal. Oh,
yeah,
no.
that is true, Prof. That is true, Prophet. What you're saying is true. Let me just read this super chat. Brian, thank you for the super chat. Every team plays 10 behind the ball. Pep. But every team must play 10 behind the ball for us. There's one more question I want to ask. Says just one I want to read here. It says, Patrick, I'm concerned as fans are talking summer transfers rebuild and all that, but will we even get top 5? That's a very good question. Prophet, do you believe we'll get top 5?
It is possible. It depends on what Pep chooses. If we pick who we're supposed to pick and get the job done, it will happen. But if he goes the same route of the long farewell for Kevin De Bruyne, because right now KDB and other players are playing not because of merit. It's just this long tour of goodbyes. If it's goodbyes for some of them. and it's not going. We have been getting away with results with some of the teams that have been picked. Palace made a mistake the first game at the Etihad. Scored two, should have been three, and should have just held back a little bit. They kept
Is
going
that is that is
forward.
that is that is that the TV behind you? Because we can hear something behind you. Is that the TV?
No, no, my son has my phone. He's listening to Miss Rachel. Yeah, so I'm saying that we have been getting away with stuff this season. He went back to the uncles. We got a few results, and guess what? Revisionism in the fan base came on. Oh, look, you see, the uncles are now performing. No, they have not been performing. And B, look at the teams that they were playing, and we were barely getting away with results. And C, some of these games were at home. So it made it seem like it was something magical happening. But fine, we were getting away with it. In some of the games, we were playing with a little bit more tempo. Fine. Nunes doing his thing at right back. We're getting in some crosses. Still can't tell you why Nico G is not playing, but we're getting away with it.
Yeah, that's the thing though. That's the thing though. Before I
Akanji's
go to
now
Hang,
fit, but Akanji's now fit. Go straight into the side. Haaland has
yeah,
been out for
but it
maybe
doesn't
2 months.
but Prophet Akanji doesn't look fit though, because you can tell
No.
from some of the runs. Let me just read this and go to Hang. Says Patrick, please ask your guests, do we play better without Haaland? The system flows and the movement is sharper, and the team looks more balanced. What do you think, Hang?
You know what? I can't lie on this one. I feel like if we're going to play with Haaland, you need to have good quality wingers that can supply very well. Not just, you can't just have Kevin De Bruyne as the sole creator. You need to have like wingers that can make sure they provide for Haaland. That basically gives opponents a lot of things to think about. Oh, we can't shut down Kavuda because the overlap on the wingers, they've got qualities. So there's that. I feel like, you know, when we played against Forest in the semi-final, and I was there live as well at Wembley, it looks so good, of course, with Rico Lewis and Bernardo Silva as the tens, meaning that, well, okay, so that means who's playing up front? I'm not too sure. Marmoush is playing up front, but that's what you got, the attacking midfielders of Lewis and Bernardo. Guess what? After 2 minutes, Lewis scored the open, and we looked very comfortable. And O'Reilly and Nunes with as the wing backs, it gave the Forest thinking, I don't know about going forward because you know, they've got the pace to get back. So it's just for me, and for me, it's like at the same time, I still don't think we should drop Haaland. Because listen, he's our highest earner, by the way, and you cannot drop him like that. But at the same time, I think like if we're gonna play about Haaland, it's got to be like the balance is got to be correct as well. And with Haaland, the same thing as well. And I was gonna say to you about this, about this again. Like the only way I said this about Bernardo Silva, I don't have an agenda. I don't. It's just saying what I see. I was there at the games. I watched City live. I say what I see. This is what I saw. It is best for Bernardo Silva to be moved on. No emotion, no sentiment. Just move him on. Say goodbye. Look, Angel Di Maria has just been announced that he's leaving Benfica.
Juan, can I ask you a question? Can I ask
Well,
you a
hold on a
question,
second.
please?
Adam, 1 second.
Adam, you've got a very loud background noise. Very loud.
Yeah, sorry, but basically, Angel Di Maria just announced that he's leaving Benfica. That's a spot free. Benfica will find the money and take Bernardo Silva with you. And also, can you believe this, Patrick? I don't know if you all told me his tweet. He said that Bernardo Silva should still be part of the rebuild. And I disagreed with him in a respectful manner, saying to him, sorry, Tommy, I disagree with you in that one. Bernardo Silva has to be moved on. It's best for both
Yeah,
parties.
he's done. He's done.
Yeah, he's done. Okay. And do you know what happened? He immediately blocked me on X for disagreeing with him.
Oh,
okay?
he blocked me. Do you know that Tommy fella? He blocked me after. So what happened is he tweeted about Danny Olmo. Remember last season? And you know what I wrote to him? I was like, Tommy, that's not happening. He's like, we'll see. That's what he said. He said, we shall see, right? So after he said, oh, we shall see, guess what? I said he's going to Barcelona. He's like, okay, we shall see. Then after that, he went and blocked me. He also blocked me. He doesn't want. I mean, he never wants anybody to question what he's posting.
The thing is, like, it's not questioning his posting. It's just speaking. I'm just speaking the truth. Like you're speaking the truth, Patrick, about Olmo to Barcelona. Like I'm speaking the truth about Bernardo Silva. She's like he should not be part of the rebuild. It's just facts. The thing is, like people think I'm hating. Look, Mateus, he made a great point about Bernardo Silva. He knows his thing is like this. Here's the thing. The sooner he leaves the club, the better. That's the only way Pep will not use him anymore. Because as long as Bernardo Silva is fit and available, he will start regardless of whatever situation. The problem is this: if Bernardo Silva drops stink after singer, Pep will like, no problem. I'll keep you in the team, give you a chance to rectify it. He has not rectified it. That's the thing. Not only him, he has to be moved on. Stones has got to be moved on. Like I said, Gundogan, I know he has a year extension on his contract, but if we get offers for him, consider it and move him on. And Martin told me about the human side about, oh yeah, but what about like, moving his family about abroad again? I don't care about that. We are a football club. This is not a bit. This is not we are not a retirement home. No retirement home. All right. If we get offers for Gundogan, take it, move him on. Simple as that. We have to move forward at the club. I care about the club's progression, not about being sentimental to players anymore, Patrick. I've been supporting this team for 26 years, and I've seen the club grow and grow and grow. But for the club's progression keep moving, we have to move on some of the older players so that the new younger players like Echeverry, like Kusanov, like Vito Hayes, like the potential arrivals of Wirtz, Heinders, or Morgan Gibbs White, or possibly Diogo Costa. You need to give them the opportunity to write their own story at City. And eventually, when their time comes, so they can leave for someone else to come, so the cycle can go again. The cycle has come to an end for the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Carl Walker, Ilkay Gundogan. The time is done, and it's time to move on. Okay, Tommy, you're entitled to your opinion, but I fully disagree with you that Bernardo should still be here for the rebuild. Sorry, Tommy, you may have blocked me on X, but I still stand by my point.
But to be honest with you, Patrick, I think this man Bernardo will still be here. Honestly, let's be honest. I think he'll end up being here as much as look. I want him
Adam,
gone.
Adam, you've got background noise. Do you want to move somewhere where there's no background noise?
No, like okay, like what I'm saying, Patrick. Yeah, for me, let's be honest. We all know, yeah, as much as we want Bernardo to go, I sadly see him stay. I sadly see him being here and running his contract down because I don't see Benfica paying his release clause. Honestly speaking, I don't see it. Look, if Barcelona somehow, some way get the money, okay, but I don't see that
Patrick, can
happening.
I speak?
And I don't see Benfica paying
Yeah, you
that
can
release
speak after
clause.
man. You can speak after Adam. You can go ahead and
But
speak after.
Kevin, go ahead.
No, that's Jovo. That's Jovo.
Bro, if Bernardo
Oh,
Silva
sorry.
don't leave, he will get the same treatment as Kyle Walker. Trust me, because bro, I don't know what to say about yesterday game. It was to me yesterday game was on Pep, and I'm blaming no players because you cannot play a double pivot of the Bruyne and Bernardo Silva in 2025. That cannot happen. Yesterday you make the Bruyne look bad. You make the Bruyne look bad yesterday. That is a big fact. I don't rate Nunes at all, but I was calling for Nunes to come on halftime because, bro, I can't. You could have cost we a Premier League title and a Champions League. Eh? He could have cost me a Champions League and a Premier League title. If he'd cost me them two titles, eh, he would have been out of this club already. Trust me, bro. We need to sell Akanji. Bernardo have to go. But the Bernardo going. Bro, disappointed yesterday, disappointed. It was on Pep yesterday. It was on 100% on Pep. And I'm blaming no players yesterday. And Haaland should have taken the penalty yesterday. That's the only criticism I get Haaland yesterday. He should have taken the penalty. He put Mamouche in the spotlight. Haaland had to do much better than that. Have to, bro. But this summer we have to be serious. We have to be serious this summer, bro. Have to.
You're bang on. You are bang on.
Have to. We have to be serious. Have to 100%.
Yeah.
Bro, and I think Ruben Diaz is been lapsing in the past few games. I think if he continues so, we need to sign a top talented centre back because Pep don't trust Kusanov. He don't trust Victor Hayes. Why he not playing them? And why you not playing Nico Gonzalez? You buy the man for 60 mil and not using him. Why not yesterday you didn't play Nico Gonzalez and Gundogan together in the midfield? than to play De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, who have no legs.
Yeah, so I can't disagree with anything with any of you guys say. Only Pep can answer that question. No idea why, but honestly, I have concerns going into Tuesday's game. I have no idea what lineup Pep will put out. Like listen, I just hope Khaldun has a very serious conversation with Pep and say we need to get Champions League football on the line, because if you don't, look, I fear. Listen, the summer's not going to be
Out,
very, very
out,
good.
out. If listen, this is where I'm at. If Pep Guardiola, after 200 million euros spent to get UCL, that's why the players were bought, to make sure to ensure that we get UCL. If he is not playing the players and then goes on not to get UCL, the board has a decision to make. It's either they show that they have a spine and that the club is bigger than Guardiola, or they continue the same folly and we end up like Arsenal, where even now, because of the follies with Wenger, 9 years without a trophy, and they're still feeling repercussions now, and then a further almost 6 years with Arteta without a trophy, and fans are still holding on to the nonsense. 200 million to solve a problem, and you have used the pieces and it works, and then you have decided not to use them anymore, and then not get Champions League, which of course will hinder the transfer window. Well, maybe the fans believe that without UCL, work is going to come. Who to tell? Maybe, but guess what? I rather have it to ensure that if that's what he's looking for, we have it available. To not get UCL after spending 200 million, that is a sackable offense. And the board needs to
Sadly, is.
show some spine. But it is. We can't argue that I spent 200 million to get us here, and you don't use the investment, fail to get us there
Mm.
with all this financial thing that is going around. We need the UCL to prop up certain things, and you, because of your arrogance and ego, decide that you're going to play players that are obviously not working
Mm.
anymore. Persons don't like what I'm saying, and that is fine, but that is the reality. So I am hoping some way, somehow, Champions League is had without us having to go down that road, because that is going to put the
Mm.
board in a position now, because it simply means the manager disrespected the board and the sporting director by not using the signings that they poured out a
Yeah.
significant amount of investment for. What is the excuse of that?
No, there's
Persons
no
are
excuse
telling me
because
that
no,
it's no
there's no
excuse, it's madness.
madness. And also, I was gonna say, like, do you know what? We did not score a goal against Southampton, and guess what? What happened today? Everton. It took only 6 minutes for them to breach the Southampton goal.
Because we are scared to attack. People are making excuses upon excuses. Oh, they have played a low block. It is not the first time we are playing a low block. The template for a low block with the previous teams that we have had, you pass the ball quickly, and then at times you take shots from outside the box. Because if you're shooting from outside the box, somebody has to come out of the defensive line to try and shut you down and leave you space. Jeremy Doku and Savio, 2 to 3 persons over on that side to mark them all the time. But guess what? They're getting the ball standing still. So persons are already waiting for them. We have seen City teams break down low block, because guess what? Since Pep, the 100-point season, that's all we have been facing. We have been facing low blocks from top 6 teams, mid-table teams, even Champions League teams. Real Madrid playing a low block. It is nothing new. All the fan base is doing is finding excuses for the rubbish that they're seeing, because they do not want to criticize the manager. They do not want to criticize certain players. That's all that has been happening this season.
Bro, the draw against Southampton was on Pep, and I'm blaming on players. How can you left Savio, Doku, Mamouche all on the bench against a bottom side team that is relegated already? How?
Arrogant. It is arrogant. We already thought we won the game, and the 3 points were stored up, and that's why it's arrogance. And it has been happening all season.
We have to beat Baltimore. We have to beat Baltimore Tuesday. Have to. We cannot draw that game in a half to.
Like, yeah,
Both
because I
both
looked
games
at
are must win.
yeah, Gentlemen, I looked at gentlemen looked at this. I'm not saying this is guaranteed. I just want to let you know this. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. So I don't want any misunderstanding. We just need 4 points. But I can't look you guys on the screen and just say we're definitely going to get them. I'm going to go into Bournemouth again, just like I was at Wembley yesterday against Crystal Palace, with fear, worry, and concern for Bournemouth on Tuesday. I can't lie to you both on that. Hand on heart, I just don't know. I personally don't know if we're going to win. I can't say we're
And
going to win.
Bro,
No, I
and
can't.
this is
the
where the
game
club is
the
at
game
now.
in
We're going
speak.
into a match against Bournemouth, worrying. With our quality players and the money that has been spent, we're going into a match against Bournemouth, worrying. And it's not because of the players, because we have no clue what the manager is going to do. The manager, Southampton
Exactly.
was complacency. It is straight complacency. Haaland just came back from injury. How about we score a goal or two and then we put Haaland into the match because he's not matched to get some minutes. But no, it's the arrogance, and this is the arrogance that has been happening. It's the arrogance not to use the new players either because he's trying to prove that I don't need to play the new. Ruben Diaz has been trashed for 2 seasons, and that is just the truth. The game and City has gone beyond Ruben Diaz now. Maybe he gets another season to show us something. And I'm going to tell you guys here and now. Any team that has any pace in the side, he's not going to show anything. Worse if Akanji is at right back. They are not. They can't win any headers. They're both over 6 feet too. They're not good in the air. How they work out that? Kusanov is good. Bring Juma Bar into the team. So move on Stones or somebody. Bring Juma Bar into the team. Another
But
youngster
Juma
who has
Bar,
been doing
sorry
well.
to cut you off, but
Bro,
Juma Bar will be staying on loan next season, so that's not going to happen.
bro,
So there we have it. More problem.
bro, we need to sign fullbacks, attacking fullbacks who will make overlapping runs. Bro, this is on Pep. This is for me. This is not on the players because it's Pep is picking the players. We need to sign attacking fullbacks like Frimpong who go on to Liverpool. That would be a perfect signing for we because he does attack. He does attack. He will not invert. But Pep want to keep on this inverted system, and it is not working. It is not working. It is not.
It can work if we have players that are athletic. If you do,
With this
here's the
cup,
thing.
with this
It
cup
doesn't
of
matter what
players,
system. It doesn't matter what system
with,
Pep plays. If you have players that are slow and old,
yeah,
it
that's
is
what I'm saying.
never going to
With this
work.
cup of players, it cannot work.
Yeah, it cannot work. And you know what? That's why Pep Guardiola,
Mhm.
this has to be like
Patrick,
he's
one thing.
yeah, go
That
ahead.
why Nunes would have been more important than Akanji yesterday because Nunes
That is
will
true.
run
That is
on the flank. He will run. He will not invert. But Pep want to keep the inverted system because it's too stubborn to change it.
that's the thing though, but it's evolution. He said himself, Pep Guardiola, saying things are changing. Things are changing. We need four backs. Maybe that's why they're looking for that four back in Brazil. But you know, guys, at the end of the day, if we have to move forward, we're gonna have to move forward with a lot of these players leaving, as Hong said, and the manager is gonna have to change a lot. Guys, that's where we're going to stop for now. But Big Up Jeff says, I want four bucks more than anyone. I doubt Pep wants it now. He went straight back to the dead system when he had the chance. That's the thing. I think that's what disappointed everybody because things were working, and then Pep Guardiola decided to say, "Let me bring back my old system." So, guys, don't forget to subscribe. We're getting to 4K, and thank you very much, Prophet Javo. Big up to you guys, man. As always, if
Big
you
up,
guys want
bro.
to
Big
join,
up, big up, big up.
Big up.
yeah, whenever you guys want to join, let me know. I'll always send the link. Anybody got Iman? If you want to join next time, send me a DM to Patrick at True City Fan. I always welcome everybody on this channel. Everybody's opinion matters here. We don't gatekeep people's opinions. We always say the truth. If people don't like the truth, it's up to them. I believe that everyone in this fan base has a voice, and everybody has the opportunity to say whatever they want to say. And if it's respectful, it's great. Look, at the end of the day, some people will look at Pep and say he's not bigger than the club. Some people look at Pep and say he's done so much for us, he deserves another season to prove himself. All we are doing as fans is talking, but it's all about up to the club. The club board did not look very happy yesterday. There's a picture of the board members they didn't look so happy yesterday. I hope Pep has a very good time off because he's had a very difficult season, let's be honest. But I also hope the backroom staff is changed because I think they're not challenging him at all. But guys, big up to all you guys. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon.
Wins tackles! Wonderful goal! It's a title winner! Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!